What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Today we're here to talk about Gucci Mane's latest mixtape slash soundtrack. It's called The Spot. The Spot is based around his upcoming movie that was supposed to come out on 10/17 but got pushed back into November. So, it'll be a while before we get to see that. And for whatever reason, they put out the soundtrack early. And right off the bat, I gotta say, it doesn't really feel like a soundtrack. It feels like another Gucci project. And we've gotten, like 20, 30, 40 of them, since he's been incarcerated. So it doesn't feel any different. Minus the fact that I think this is probably the best material I've heard from him in a long time. The guest features are really good, and he's using, a lot of the same producers. He's using Honorable C Note, who I still feel is one of the most underrated producers coming out of the South, and like Zaytoven and London on the track, all these different, people that he's used to working with. And then, you have the guest features. And unlike some of his projects where, his engineer Sean Payne would reach out to somebody like a Riff Raff or a Snoop Dogg, these records feel like they were created like in the studio together. Like you got Rich Homie Quan and Pee Wee Longway on a record. Boom, they're both in the studio with Gucci making this record. It was weird to have Waka Flocka on the soundtrack though, considering they had the Falling Out, and I don't know, it just seems weird, to keep hearing these collaborations, even if they exist, and it feels like Gucci and his engineer are just throwing out everything they can. I didn't really care for the record with K Camp and Trinidad James called Superbad. I just felt like it wasn't that good. I mean, Trinidad James isn't that good of a rapper. He'll give you a good verse every now and then. But other than that, it's like I didn't really enjoy that record. And I don't even remember K Camp's part. That's how bad the record was, because I don't remember if he had a verse or if he did the hook. And then, my favorite songs from the project has to be No Problems with Rich Homie Quan and Pee Wee Longway. I love Rich Homie's hook. I love the fact that Pee Wee kind of segues, and builds on the hook in the beginning. So that was my favorite record. My second favorite record was Orange. It's a solo Gucci cut produced by Honorable C Note. Because you gotta throw a solo Gucci cut into the best. My third favorite was Dope Love with Pee Wee Longway and Verse Simmons. As you can see, there's a trend. Like, I like Pee Wee Longway as a guest feature. He's always going in and killing it. And yeah, so should you download this? I say if you've been a fan of, the endless mixtapes that Gucci's put out since he was incarcerated, I say go for it. Go download this. So 3 questions for you, the viewer. Are you going to watch the upcoming movie? Comes out next month, The Spot. It's supposed to have everybody from Young Scooter and I don't know, DJ Holiday maybe, OJ the Juice Man. It's got a lot of people and a lot of people that are affiliated with Gucci. So I'm interested to see it. I'm gonna watch it and definitely review it on the channel. Second question: who else do you want to see Gucci have on a future mixtape? Obviously, some of the records, like I mentioned earlier, are not like unreleased songs. Like he wasn't in the studio with Snoop Dogg. These are records that his engineer Sean Payne, was reaching out to different artists to get on unreleased stuff and kind of make it into like a new record. So who would you want to see Gucci have on a future mixtape? Last question: does Gucci honestly need to keep putting out all this music? Do you think it's hurting his legacy by doing so? Because a lot of these mixtapes, at least I'm noticing, are filler material, and it's just not memorable. I think The Spot might be one of the best ones that I've heard, and all the ones, and I'm pretty much listened to all of them, at least a good 3 or 4 songs, and if I'm not feeling it, I kind of move on. But yeah, so Gucci Mane's worth ethic is scary. He's had hundreds of unreleased songs since he's been locked up, and I don't feel like it's necessarily a good thing either. because a lot of the songs are forgettable. With so much music coming at a rapid pace, it's also difficult to pick through and find the gems. As I said, once I'm 3-4 songs into the mixtape and I'm not feeling none of the material, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, The Spot is probably one of the better mixtapes I've heard, and I recommend it. And then once you listen to it, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video, follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. And until next time, peace.